Master Kenobi, you disappoint me.
Oh, you're not facing Kenobi.
Brave of you, boy.
What are you calling boy, Dookie?
You have interfered with our affairs for the last time.
Oh, I'm gonna make you squeal like a Gamorrean. Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly News. As always, I'm Robo, and I know that I've skipped a couple weeks. There hasn't been a lot of news, holidays, beginning of the year, everybody's getting settled into 2017, so there's been a couple of stories, but I put those out as quickie news. And even today's weekly isn't earth-shattering, it's not huge news. It's just a couple of cool updates and then some pushbacks on some figure lines, which one is very near and dear, and I wanted to say something about that. But first, Storm Collectibles. I just did a review on their Ryu. Amazing figure. Yeah, it has some limitations, but looking at the rest of the line, whenever I get all these figures on the shelf, all articulated, all sculpted nicely, all looking badass, Zangief here is going to be a nice addition to that shelf. Just look at this mean sumbitch. He's going to be a monster on the shelf, and I cannot wait. I had the Soda Zangief for a very short while, but I wasn't too happy with it. Getting a Zangief that looks this great is amazing. I love it. And this is a property that I wasn't really asking for figures from. It just happened. The badass figures came out. I like the figures, and I'm going to end up with a Street Fighter shelf. How the hell did that happen? Now, I did a report on the Doctor Strange. It's an overseas exclusive, but Bluefin is bringing it to the US, and at that time, they were hinting at a US exclusive piece or add-on or something to go with it. And it turns out that it's flame effects. Now, again, I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard people talk about there's not actually fire in the movie, or he doesn't use fire or something, but it's a cool little addition. And because they haven't brought Marvel figure arts to the US market before, I'm thinking that maybe there's a legal issue there, that they had to add this, that they're actually selling the flame parts and the figure comes with it. Kind of like NECA selling the DC figures. You're supposed to buy a DVD and you get the figure with it. It's some kind of loophole that they found. But the price does come to $85. Now the figure itself, figure $55.60, that's another $20-$25 for the flame effects, which is what they really run on Amazon. At least the blue ones. The red ones have been sold out for a while. They run for $55.60. And those originals were a much deeper red, like a candy red. These are kind of orangey, kind of reddish. They look a little bit more like fire. So yeah, these look cool, but it's dropping $85 all at the same time on one figure. The US edition still comes with all the hands and the magical effects and the two heads, the stern and more stern. Now for some date changes. Oddly enough, Figuarts is pushing a figure back. Their exclusive Avengers Hawkeye is now for February. It was originally slated for this month. I don't know if that's production issues or they just decided to change the date. It's close to Chinese New Year, so they may be taking time off for that, coming back, releasing the figure. I don't know. It's just odd to hear Figuarts pushing a figure back. But what's not odd is Medicom pushing a date back. Phasma had been pushed to this month. It got pushed to February. But that's par for the course when it comes to MAFEX. Now their Kylo Ren and the C-3PO BB-8 2-pack is still slated for this month, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least if we get emails about it being pushed. And then there's articulated icons. Whenever we got the email yesterday about the factory having a QC issue and having to do some fixes, some reruns or something, it broke our hearts, I swear. We want this line to come out, but we want it to be the best it can be. So adding another month to the production, not a bad thing, at least in our eyes. And from my personal point of view, I spent 20 years in a metal production shop. So mistakes happen. It's human error or machine error or whatever happened. Sometimes you just look down at 1,000 parts that you just bent backwards and go, we can either ship this and take the consequences, or we can take more time, fix the problem, and keep our reputation. And that's what happened with the factory. They told us they were gonna fix the problem, they're gonna take more time, which in the long run works out for everyone. We want these toys to be the best they can be. This is our dream line. We don't want to send out shitty product. We want everybody to be happy with it. Because the few test shots that we've held, we love them. We want them to be as good as those test shots. But at the end of the day, it's you guys that matter. We love them. We want you to love them, and if that takes a little bit of extra work, a little bit of extra time, we apologize, but we want you to be happy too. And I don't know how many times we can apologize, but again, I'm sorry. It will happen, I swear it'll happen. And then finally, out of the blue, I don't know where this ad came from, but it popped up on the forums yesterday. It looks like Bandai is going to release their 1/2 scale BB-8 model kit in April. Now, I kind of jumped my own fence out of my own comfort zone to do the 1/6 scale Stormtrooper model kit. And yes, it was awesome. It had its problems, but I don't know if I can do a 1/2 scale BB-8. Where the hell am I going to put this thing? What am I talking about? I'll probably get it. I won't be able to help it. But 1/2 scale is so odd. That's an odd size. What else do you put it with? Either way, it looks like my dining room table just got a new centerpiece. Okay, I said there was nothing earth-shattering, and after this little clip, I'll probably say something like, nothing earth-shattering again. But while I was doing the edits to the video, Bandai did post promotional images of their Star Wars Attack of the Clones Padme. Wasn't expecting it, but I wanted to get it into this video because it is kind of breaking news. Looks pretty good, looks like we thought it would. It's a little bit off. I don't know if it's the face or what, or the paints or the digital printing, but something's off about the face from most angles. At other angles, it does kind of look like Padme. A couple of sets of hands, comes with a couple of heads, one calm, one angry, a little bit more different than Doctor Strange that I just talked about. Downside, this is a Soul Web exclusive too, just like Anakin. So we'll have to go through the third-party websites, not the main overseas websites, but come through, let them buy it for us. She goes up for sale this week, and then she ships in June. So yeah, getting all those prequel characters right there in a row, that shelf is building fast. Like I said, nothing really earth-shattering, but cool stuff and some bad stuff. Again, I apologize. I'm gonna keep saying sorry until the figures are actually in your hands. Now, if you've spent any time on the Fwoosh forums or on the front page, you know who Prodigy is. And every night we get together, we play some Grand Theft Auto 5, we mess around, and we start talking about toys. And finally we sat down and thought, you know what? Maybe this could be something. So we're gonna try streaming that on Twitch. It'll be Grand Theft Auto hijinks, us talking about toys or talking about anything else that comes to mind. After an hour or two, we usually degrade into just talking about anything and everything and then playing Crash Course with our cars. It might be interesting for some people. We talk about the toys we get, we talk about the toys that are coming, we just talk about toys because, again, we talk about toys all the time. So if anybody's interested in that, comment down below and let me know if it's worth setting up a Twitch account for. But either way, we're still gonna be playing Grand Theft Auto, so if anybody wants to watch that, yeah, I think I'm gonna set up a Twitch channel. So if you like this weekly news update, comment, like, subscribe. You will subscribe. And I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.